In a world where every swipe steals your time and every notification demands your attention, there is a silent crisis unfolding. The human mind, once built for focus, is now drowning in distraction. Think about it. How many hours vanish into endless scrolling, mindless clicks, and tabs you never close? How many times have you caught yourself reaching for your phone without even knowing why? This is not just wasted time. This is a stolen life, but there is a way to reclaim it, and it starts with a digital minimalism reset. Before we dive into this transformation, take a moment to imagine something different. Imagine a day where your phone no longer controls your thoughts, where your focus feels sharp and unshakable, where you choose what matters instead of letting algorithms choose for you. If you believe your attention is worth fighting for, this video is for you. If you find this message hitting somewhere deep, then do not just watch. Be part of this movement. Subscribe right now, not for me, but for the version of you who refuses to live on autopilot. Like this video if you are ready to reclaim your mind. Drop a comment telling me what your biggest digital distraction is. Share this with one person you know is stuck in the same cycle, because if we change their day, we might just change their life. Here is what we are about to cover today. First, you will discover the hidden cost of constant connectivity and how it has been quietly draining your mental energy for years. Then we will break down the science behind why your brain keeps chasing digital hits of dopamine. Next, I will guide you through the powerful principles of digital minimalism and how to apply them in a way that actually sticks. Finally, you will learn a step-by-step reset routine, a system designed to give you back your time, your focus, and your peace of mind. By the end, you will not just know how to take control, you will feel ready to start today. Every ping, vibration, and flashing icon is not as harmless as it seems. Each one is a tiny interruption that pulls you away from deep thought. And research shows that it can take more than 20 minutes to fully refocus after a single distraction. Multiply that by dozens or even hundreds of notifications each day, and you can see how much mental energy is lost without you realizing it. The truth is, the digital world has been designed to keep you hooked. Every platform, every app, and every notification is a product of millions of dollars in behavioral psychology research. They study your habits, your clicks, and your pauses. They know exactly what colors, sounds, and words will keep you coming back. Your attention is not just wandering away, it is being taken over time. This constant connectivity reshapes the brain. Focus becomes harder to maintain. Patience grows shorter. The ability to sit quietly with your own thoughts starts to fade. And while it may feel like a simple habit to check your phone first thing in the morning or scroll late at night, these habits are conditioning your brain to crave constant stimulation. This is why silence feels uncomfortable and boredom feels unbearable. But here is the cost you do not see on your phone bill. Every moment spent lost in digital noise is a moment stolen from your goals, your relationships, and your inner peace. Your best ideas do not come when you are staring at a glowing screen. They come when your mind has the freedom to wander without distraction. That freedom has become rare, but it can be reclaimed. A digital minimalism reset is not about rejecting technology. It is about using it on your terms, with purpose and control. This is the first step in breaking the cycle and giving your mind the space it needs to function at its highest potential. The human brain was not built for the digital age. For thousands of years, it evolved in an environment where focus meant survival. Every sound in the distance, every change in the wind, every flicker of movement had to be noticed. This created a natural tendency to pay attention to anything new or different in our surroundings. Fast forward to today, and that same survival mechanism is being triggered every time a notification pops up on your screen. A like, a message, a breaking news headline. Each one is a modern version of a rustle in the bushes. Your brain reacts instantly, releasing a small burst of dopamine, the chemical that signals reward. That dopamine hit feels good, but it is fleeting. The brain wants more, and soon the habit becomes automatic. This is why it is so easy to reach for your phone without thinking. Your brain has been trained to associate it with reward, even if what you find is meaningless. Over time, this constant cycle of stimulation rewires your neural pathways, making deep focus more difficult and shallow attention the default state. You are not losing focus because you are lazy or weak. You are losing it because your brain is being conditioned to expect constant novelty. Understanding this is powerful because it means you can reverse it. Just as the brain can be trained to crave distraction, it can be retrained to value focus. But it will not happen by accident. It takes deliberate effort and a clear plan. That plan begins with removing unnecessary noise, creating intentional, digital boundaries, and replacing mindless scrolling with purposeful action. This is where the digital minimalism reset becomes a game changer. It is not about simply cutting back on screen time. It is about reprogramming the brain to seek deeper, more meaningful engagement with life. And once the brain experiences the calm of uninterrupted thought, it starts to crave that clarity instead of constant stimulation. The first step is a full audit of your digital life. For one day, carry a small notebook or use a simple tally counter. Every time you pick up your phone, open a laptop, or check a device, record it. Do not judge yourself during this phase. This is about awareness, not guilt. At the end of the day, you will see in black and white how many times you've been pulled into a screen. Most people are shocked by the number. The second step is identifying the essential. Write down every app, website, or digital tool you use in a week. Then ask yourself, which of these truly adds value to my life or work? Be honest. If an app does not serve a clear and positive purpose, it belongs on the removal list. You will be surprised by how many survive only because of habit, not because they bring you any real benefit. The third step is the 30-day digital fast. This is not about cutting off all technology. It is about removing every non-essential digital input for 30 days. Keep only the tools you absolutely need for your work or critical communication. Everything else, social media, endless news, feeds, constant group chats, goes on hold. The first week will feel uncomfortable. Your brain will crave the dopamine hits it used to get from quick digital checks. But as the days pass, the craving weakens and your mind begins to quiet. Fourth step is reintroduction with intention. After 30 days, review the list of removed tools. Ask yourself, does this genuinely improve my life, or does it pull me away from what matters? Reintroduce only those that pass this test. This is where most people fail. They return to old habits because they have no plan. The key is to be ruthless in protecting your focus. If an app tempts you into distraction more than it delivers value, it has no place in your life. The fifth step is building deep work habits. Without the constant noise of digital clutter, you now have the mental space for deep, uninterrupted work. Schedule specific blocks of time for your most important tasks. Protect these blocks with the same seriousness you would protect a meeting with your most important client. Over time, your brain will adapt, making focused work the default instead of the exception. The sixth step is embracing analog joy. Replace screen time with activities that reconnect you to the physical world. Reading a real book, taking long walks, writing by hand, having unhurried conversations. These analog moments bring a richness and depth to life that no algorithm can deliver. They are not just hobbies, they are fuel for the mind and soul. This process works because it is not just about subtraction. It is about creating a digital environment that supports, rather than sabotages, the life you want to live. Once you experience this reset, going back to the old way will feel unthinkably. Imagine waking up in the morning and the first thing you hear is silence. No notification pings. No flood of emails before you've even brushed your teeth. Just quiet. You take a slow breath, stretch, and actually feel present in your own body. You step into your morning without the invisible weight of 100 digital demands pulling at your mind. That is what life feels like after the reset days no longer feel like a blur of half-finished thoughts. You are not constantly rushing from one distraction to the next. Your mind has space again. You start noticing the small details you had been blind to for years. The way the sunlight spills through the window in the late afternoon. The sound of a real conversation without the background hum of notifications. The taste of your coffee. When you are not scrolling at the same time, life slows just enough for you to catch it. Work takes on a completely different rhythm. You find yourself able to concentrate for hours without even thinking about checking your phone. Projects that used to feel overwhelming are now handled in a state of calm focus. You complete them faster, and the quality of your work rises naturally. This is not magic. It is what happens when the brain is not constantly interrupted. The mental clarity is like upgrading to a more powerful version of yourself without changing anything else. Evenings feel richer. Instead of sitting in front of a screen until bedtime, you fill your time with activities that give you energy rather than drain it. You might pick up a book you have been meaning to read for years. Try cooking a new meal from scratch, or take an unplanned walk just to watch the sunset. These moments, small as they may seem, build into a deeper sense of fulfillment. You are not just passing time anymore. You are living it. Relationships change too. When you are no longer distracted every few minutes, the people in your life notice. Conversations become longer and more meaningful. You hear not just the words people say, but the emotion behind them. You remember little details because you are actually listening. This presence is rare in today's world, and it makes the bonds you have much stronger. Most importantly, you feel in control again. Technology is no longer the master. It is a tool you use with precision and intention. You decide when to check messages, when to work, when to rest. There is no guilt about not being available every second of the day. Instead, there is a deep confidence that you are living on your terms. After the reset, you will realize that you did not lose anything by letting go of the noise. You only gained time, clarity, presence, energy, and perhaps for the first time in years, you will feel that your life is truly your own now. Take a moment and picture yourself 6 weeks from today. You have completed the digital minimalism reset. Your phone is no longer a constant tug on your attention. You wake up feeling rested. Your mind is clear. Your work is focused. Your relationships are more meaningful. Your life feels intentional rather than reactive. That version of you is not just possible, it is waiting. Every great transformation begins with a single choice. Today is the day to decide that you will no longer let digital distractions dictate your life. You will reclaim your time. You will take back your attention. You will create space for the things that truly matter. It does not require perfection. It requires commitment, consistency, and the willingness to step away from noise. Start small. Choose one area of your digital life to reset today. Perhaps it is social media, email, or constant notifications. Set clear boundaries. Give yourself permission to experience life uninterrupted. The first hour may feel strange. The first day may feel uncomfortable, but that is the beginning of building mental clarity and freedom as the days progress. You will notice subtle shifts. A sense of calm replaces the habitual restlessness. Decisions feel lighter because your mind is not crowded. Your creativity flows more easily. The things that once felt urgent and pressing will now seem trivial. You begin to see that you are not your devices. You are far greater than the notifications and alerts that used to command your attention. And here is the most important truth.